Hey everyone, today I want to be covering something a little bit different. So we're going to be talking about how you can handle back navigation using device hardware or using the browser back, all in a cross-platform way. So I've been seeing some questions around this on how to deal with it on different platforms. And so let's just jump into an app and look at some examples. So the first thing I have here is an Android application running in my emulator, and I have two pages. So if I navigate to my second page here, right now, what happens is if I click on my device back button, so on the actual back button on the emulator itself, and I click back, it actually closes the app. What I want to be doing is going back to my main page. So here's how you can utilize how you can do this in a cross-platform way. If we look at the code for our second page there, I already have it all set up here. So basically, when the page is loaded, what we want to be doing is we want to hook up to the System Navigation Manager's back requested event, right? And so on back requested, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be performing a go back on our frame, but we're also going to be setting the handled property on the event args to true. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow the event to continue to bubble up, but it won't be captured basically by the application activity at the top level and close the application. It'll see that this has already been handled by the app itself, so it won't do anything. And so if we were to launch or open up the application that has this code enabled, you'll see now that if we navigate to our second page and we click this back button, we actually go back to our main page, and we can do that over and over again as we like. So that's how you would utilize navigation in a total cross-platform way with device hardware or device or virtual back buttons or anything like that on any platform. Now I know what you're saying, Steve. What about the browser? Well, you could do the same exact thing. Everything works the same way. There is one caveat, which is you need to be able, this is an opt-in sort of thing for the browser. So in your app.cs or anywhere within your application, you have to make sure that you set the System Navigation Manager again. You have to set the app view back button visibility, which is a mouthful, to visible, right? So you have to set this to be app view back button visibility dot visible. And so the reason for this is we don't want to be hijacking the browser back button all the time. We want to allow it to do its normal thing that browser back buttons normally do. So this is an opt-in thing that you could say, hey, I want to be notified when it gets pressed and I want to handle it myself. And so with that being set to visible, the back requested event on the System Navigation Manager will now fire when the browser back button is pressed as well, and will listen to the handled arg if you set it to true. So if we were to go to that WebAssembly version of the application we were just looking at, you can click navigate to second page, and now I can click on my back button in my browser and I'll go back to the main page, and I could, perform these navigations as I want. So that is how you can deal with back navigation at a system at a cross-platform level without going down into each individual system, dealing with individual hardware APIs and things like that. So I hope you learned something cool. If you want to keep getting notified about Tech Bytes, make sure to subscribe down below. And this application, this application repository will be available as a link down below as well. So check that out. And so I hope you learned something, and I'll catch you in the next one.